Hello everybody! Have you ever wondered where the data is stored which you have entered in a transaction? In this video I will show you how to find these tables with the help of a few lines of ABAP. I have already created a program here and we start with the definition of a type. So this is the information what I want to know. First the transaction code. I find this in the table TSTC. Next the transaction text. I find this in the table TSTCT, the text table. Then I want to know the program name, which is stored in the table TSTC. Then the tab name. Tab name is stored in the table D010 tab. Then the tab class, stored in the table DD02L. And last, the table description, stored in the DD02T text table. So this is my type. Next, I define an internal table with this type IT data, type standard table of TI data with default key. Then for the text we need the language, and I define a language variable which I set to English. Then we need a parameter where I can enter the transaction code. It's called PT code. Then start of selection, and if you see, as you can see, the information is stored in different tables, so we have to do a little bit join here. So if you want to know how to join tables in ABAP, I can link you another video of mine where I show this. But first I select the fields which I want to display, the fields of my type. It's the transaction code, the transaction text, program name, tab class, and the table description. And I select from the table TSTC. This table is the transaction stored. Then inner join on the program table. So I join here the program name. The master field of table tab is the program name of table TSTC. Next I join the table name with the table name, and I do this again on the other table, on the text tables. DD02L tab name. Then I join the transaction text table with the transaction. And I write this data in my internal table into corresponding fields of table IT data, where the transaction code is the code which I have entered in the parameter. So I type here my parameter PT code, and for the language I pass here my language variable LV language. And we have set this variable to E, to English. And then I want to display this data in a SALV table or with a SALV table. So I create the SALV object here, type ref to CL SALV table. Then I call the factory method. There we have the importing parameter. This is my SALV object. And the changing parameter, this is my internal table. I can link you a video where I show you how to use this SALV table with an example. Next, I set the functions so that you can see all the icons above the SALV table. I set this to ABAP true. Next, I set the stripped pattern for a better view. And then I optimize my columns. And for this, I set the method setOptimize to ABAP true. Then I set the selection mode for rows, so I can select rows in the SALV table. And last, I display the SALV. Okay, let's pretty print and activate the code. Okay, there is an error with ABAP true. Yes, there is a typo. Activate again, and we run the code. Then I type the transaction PFCG for the role maintenance. And we see here the tables and the table class, but there are different table classes. And now I want to sort these table classes. So I scroll down here. After the select, I write sort IT data by tab class, descending tab name. Activate again and run the program. And now we see the first tab class are the transparent tables, which I can use to select data. There's some information here. For example, the assignment of roles to users. So let's check this table. And here we can see the name of the roles and the username. So you can use this table for your own programs to check which roles are assigned to your users and so on. This is quite interesting. So, and you can check this report with different transactions. For example, I type here the SU01, the user maintenance, and we see there are some tables and structures used with this transaction. Yes, and so on. So I think it's quite interesting to know which tables are used behind these transactions. For example, the role maintenance, you can use these tables and the data in it for your own programs to check things or to maintain things or to report things and so on. Yes. That was it already. If you like my videos, subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. Also write something in the comments, I always like to read them. Take care and see you on the next video.